Hi guys, this is Dr. Sadasivam once again with you. In the last video, we had talked a lot about neural alarms, and in this particular video, we are going to talk about some of the drawbacks of neural alarms. So many a times what happens is when the neural alarms send a message, many a times it is out of date. All of us live in this fluid social world and our perceptions keep on changing. So as a repository for emotional memory, what happens is when we scan a particular situation, our amygdala compares that experience with something that happened in the past. So to some extent, we can say that this is associative in nature. I will also explain what is associative. For example, if you encounter a situation right now, our brain tries to compare it with a similar situation that occurred in the past. But as all of us know that this situation is not exactly what happened earlier. So before it completes its mix and match analysis, many a times it suddenly springs into action, right? So when it springs into action, what happens is we react in ways that were implanted in our brain a long time back, right? So there are lots and lots of examples that we can give for this. For example, we are part of many WhatsApp groups, and with each member we have had past experiences. So when a specific member with whom you had a frictional relationship in the past, even if he writes something in good spirit, we mistake him because we don't see that particular comment or opinion of a friend in the right spirit or in the spirit in which it was written. We tend to associate that with our past experience with that particular person, and we derive the meaning accordingly. So many a times we can be wrong in our judgments. So probably the other person may not have meant, right? So this exactly explains how our emotional brain is not perfect all the time. Its imprecision in such moments makes us to take some hasty decisions which may be wrong. So there is a lot of relevance, especially as far as human behavior is concerned. These are what are called as narrative memories, and these are extremely crucial for formation of memories based on which our neocortex, which is a seed of rational thought. We have talked a lot about neocortex in the earlier videos, and over a period of time, much like a building block, our brain gets formed in that manner, right? So typically what happens when the hippocampus retrieves that information, the amygdala determines if that particular instance has some emotional valence. I know it's slightly a complex concept, but don't mind. In the subsequent videos, we will come up with lots and lots of examples where we will understand these concepts a lot better. Remember, we talked a lot about a scientist Lidox. What he said was he talks a lot about the role of amygdala, and he also has proved that amygdala starts developing right from the childhood based on various experiences, right? Whatever we hear from our parents, from our teachers, and of course the interaction, lives and the emotional lessons that we have learned through over a period of time, all that gets imprinted in your brain. And our brain, our line of thinking, everything is shaped on the basis of these factors. Okay, so these emotional memories are triggered in later life, as a result of which mix and matches keep happening. So to summarize the whole thing, whenever we encounter a situation, once again let's explain that whenever you encounter a situation, a current situation, There are lots and lots of such situations stored in our emotional memory. So many a times when we encounter a situation, we tend to compare that particular situation with series of such instances which had happened in the past. But no past situation is exactly same as what is happening right now. Of course, there will be some common elements, and based on those common elements, even before the brain exactly does the mix and match, the amygdala springs into action. We have seen in some of these earlier videos, it acts very swiftly, unlike the neocortex, which acts slow. Because whenever we observe something, it travels through series and series of nerves to reach the neocortex, because through this process it assesses the pros and cons, what can be done, what cannot be done, what could the ideal behavior be, positive, negative aspects. Neocortex does all that. But amygdala doesn't do all that. It springs into action. It does not have the time. It reacts immediately, which is why many of the time we react emotionally. But once the situation is over, there is a feeling of remorse. Oh, I should not have done that. These kind of confusions are always there. So this is something very similar to that. So in this particular video, we have looked at some of the imperfections, the manner in which we perceive things, and the way we act on the basis of those instances, right? Okay, guys, I know you all must have enjoyed. I agree this was a little complex because we're talking about the human brain, but as we proceed in this direction, we will get to learn more and more. Okay, guys, hope you liked this video, and this is Dr. Sadasivam signing off. Till we meet again, bye bye. Jai Hind.